This is one of my favorite places here in South America. It's a beautiful stretch of the river where I often see dozens of capybara, the world's biggest rodent, just lounging around by the riverbank. They are very easy to spot as they are the size of a small pig, and they come here to graze on the lush grasses that grow along the river's edge. The water here is slow-moving and it's perfect for swimming, so it's not surprising that you'll find capybara cooling off in the water on a hot day. They're surprisingly graceful in the water, and it's always a treat to see them swimming past you while you're out on a boat. Although they are large, they are very peaceful creatures and have never been known to be aggressive towards humans. Capybara typically live in small groups of around 10 to 20 individuals. These groups can sometimes merge to form larger groups of up to 100 capybara, which is what you will often find here at this prime feeding ground. The weather has been hot and humid lately, so it's nice to see these guys taking the time to cool off in the water. You'll notice that many of them have gotten very wet, but there's nothing quite like seeing their fur glisten in the afternoon sun. This guy is shaking himself dry after a morning swim. It takes him a few good shakes, but he's almost dry now, and looks like he's ready for a nap in the sun. This young capybara is taking his time to eat some grass. He is very focused on his snack and doesn't seem to care about anything else going on around him. When you get right up close, their eyes look very gentle and kind. This guy even looks a little surprised to see me right up close, but he didn't mind me being here. In fact, he went back to grazing after I took a few pictures. This young capybara is getting a little grooming from one of the older females in the group. Grooming is an important part of their social interactions and is a way for them to show affection towards each other. The grasses here grow tall and it can be difficult to see your companion. So when you hear a familiar call, you know exactly who to look for. These guys are great at finding each other in the tall grasses. This family of capybara is enjoying a nice patch of grasses along the riverbank. There are several adults here, but only 2 young. I believe the other young stayed back in the water. You'll often see young capybara swimming around while the adults graze. They need to keep their energy up for all the swimming they want to do. These 2 friends are relaxing together after a morning swim. They are shaking themselves dry, but will probably go back in the water later today. It's just too hot to spend all day on land. This guy just wants to take a nap right here where he is. He lays down and immediately falls asleep, something that's easy to do in the peaceful surroundings. If you watch closely, you'll see a tiny turtle hatchling make its way down the riverbank. This was a very exciting moment, and we were thrilled to see such a tiny turtle making its way to the water. Capybara typically don't interact with turtles, but this guy seemed very curious about the little turtle. He came over to investigate, but thankfully didn't try to eat it. Instead, he just stood there watching it for a while before going back to grazing. I love the round shape of the capybara, especially when they are sitting up and looking around. Their little pink noses and whiskers really add to their charm. It's hard to believe that these guys are rodents, but they are related to the guinea pig and the marmot. If you look closely, you can see another tiny turtle hatchling. This one is much smaller than the last, and it made me very nervous as it crossed the riverbank. Thankfully, it made it to the water without any problems. Once again, the adult capybaras didn't seem to mind us being right there filming this amazing moment. Even though these guys are massive, they have very cute features, especially when they are babies. I think this guy is still nursing from mom, but he's already big enough to start exploring on his own. Capybara mothers are very protective of their young and will defend them from predators like anacondas, caimans, and jaguars. That's right, these guys aren't afraid of anything. They have a reputation for being very calm, and this helps them to get along with many different types of animals. That's a big black and white butterfly. It must be resting before continuing its journey. This is a very colorful green tree frog. These frogs are often seen perched on leaves along the riverbanks. I believe this is a red-eyed tree frog, but I could be wrong. This little guy seems unbothered by our presence and stays right there on the leaf. He's perfectly camouflaged and is probably waiting for an insect to pass by. A bird flies overhead and lands in a tree. I couldn't see what type of bird it was, but it's always exciting to see new species. This little guy flew over and landed right next to us. He then proceeded to clean himself for a full 10 minutes. We watched him shake himself dry, clean his head, and preen his feathers. It was a beautiful sight. It's nice to see a variety of animals here. Not only are the capybaras easy to get along with, but they also help to attract other animals. This group of capybaras is grazing peacefully. These guys seem very relaxed and are totally ignoring us. Capybara are known for their calm personality, and it's easy to understand why. Just look at how peaceful they are. Many people consider the caiman to be the most feared predator in South America, but compared to the capybara, they are relatively small. Capybaras don't seem to mind sharing the river with caimans, and I've seen them swimming in the same areas as caimans many times. I've never seen a caiman attack a capybara, but I have seen them eat other animals. If you want to learn more about caimans, I'll leave a link to a recent video at the end of this one. Birds are everywhere here, and it's always exciting to see what type of birds will fly by. This blue and white bird is perched on top of a tree, singing loudly. I wasn't able to identify the species, but there are many different types of songbirds found here. I love the peaceful environment here. There's nothing quite like watching these guys lounge around on a hot afternoon. You'll often see capybara with sticks in their mouths. They will strip the leaves off the sticks and eat the soft inner part. They also eat the aquatic plants that grow in the river. This little guy is finishing up his snack and then runs off to join the others in the water. Capybaras are herbivores and typically eat grasses, aquatic plants, and fruit. I saw this guy walking through the grasses with a stick in his mouth. I thought he might be trying to build a shelter, but instead he laid down and used the stick as a pillow. It's amazing to see such a big animal being so cute. They look like a giant guinea pig, but can grow over 60 pounds. This young capybara is running around in the grasses. It's great to see them playing, as they have a reputation for being very peaceful, but they do like to have fun. This little guy ran straight over to us and looked into my camera. I felt very honored to be able to see him so up close. And here's another young capybara checking out the camera. This one is very cute with its pink nose and inquisitive eyes. This guy is laying on his side, chewing his cud. It's amazing how calm they are. I was right next to him and he didn't even care. This guy is coming right towards us. I think he wants to say hello. This guy is famous here. He is the biggest male in this group and is known for being very friendly. He likes to say hello to everyone who comes to visit. I think he wants to check out the camera. This female capybara is looking directly at me. She is one of the friendliest capybaras here and is always excited to see new people. She's curious about everything going on around her and is always eager to explore. She swam over to check out the camera and then went back to swimming around. I'm going to finish up here. I hope you enjoyed this Capybara Overload episode. It was very special to be able to spend time with such peaceful and majestic creatures. Please let me know your thoughts below. I'll leave a link to a recent caiman video in the description. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and follow us on social media. Thanks for watching and see you next time.